Hey y'all, it's Nim or Nimicry if you're feeling professional, and welcome to the YouTube video. Now today we are going to be talking about World of Warcraft, and much to my surprise, and I think everyone else's, something positive is happening. We're not talking about the race to world first, but good luck to Echo, Limit, and of course, Method. But without further ado, let's get started on good news in World of Warcraft. Would you believe it? The first WoW video from me in forever, and it starts off with positive news. I wouldn't believe it myself if I wasn't recording this right now. So, the Mage Tower, March 29th. Get ready for it to be a permanent fixture in the game. That means that if you missed the appearances, congratulations. You have another chance to throw your face against that belt sander of content and get more appearances. After all, a lot of people agree that Transmog, and in Final Fantasy XIV, Glam, is the true endgame. For me, it's always inventory space, but I'm aesthetically challenged, what can I say? Now, the Blue Post says, of course, when we originally developed the Legion Time Walking bonus event, we were looking for other fun features from Legion we could add to it. Time-worn Keystones were a part of that, and the Mage Tower as well. So, having heard feedback and seen how it's played out, we agree that a personal skill challenge being available for only a short window of time every few months isn't in the spirit of these type events. As such, starting on the week of March 29th, the Mage Tower will be accessible at any time, no longer tied to the Legion Time Walking bonus event. Alright, that's good. That's just a good thing. More content for people to play. It's already developed. Instead of having it very severely time-gated, where, oh, you only get to do this for a week, now we flip a switch, click, and everybody has access to it. Now, let's get ready for tinfoil hat time. Now that we have our tinfoil hats, let's don them and think about why are they doing this? So, for a long time, ever since the Mage Tower went away at the end of Legion, people have been like, hey, let us have our Mage Tower back. Let us have the ability to earn these appearances. No one's asking for them to be given, I mean, outside of the general forums, but listen, don't ever pay attention to the general forums. Just don't ever pay attention to the general forums. There's no reason to do that.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
It is a place of, even if you don't like the game, you're not gonna like the general forums. But they ask, why? Why are they being brought back now? Well, some people may say, oh, it's in response to the lawsuit. Okay, that's possible. That's possible. Weird that it wouldn't have been brought out a little earlier, but okay, maybe. Maybe it's in response to the fact that Final Fantasy XIV is getting ready to have new content drop. Well, that's, again, another idea, if they haven't already had new content drop. I'm gonna say that it's probably because of the fact that we are getting ready to face a big content drought. And we know there's going to be a content drought because it's the last patch of an expansion. And instead of waiting for people to be like, oh, there's nothing to do, they're going to drop it during the race to World First, while people are still paying attention to, of course, Echo, Limit, and other guilds that are competing in that. And while things still have a mystique and nobody else has cleared anything, and they're going to be like, oh, so by the time that wears off, there's already new stuff to do, and I put new stuff to do, that everybody has access to, because, quite frankly, the rating player base is very small, and the mythic player base even smaller, and those that can do it on week 1, week 2, are probably the smallest subset of the entire WoW population, outside of, let's say, maybe gladiators, right? Rank 1 gladiators and things like that. That's going to be a difficult thing for people to do. So, my theory, as verified by the 10 conspiracy hat, is that they're doing this in order to get ahead of complaints. Perhaps this is the first instance of the devs listening to us and taking lessons from previous expansions. Now, are there other things that could be done? Yeah, sure. Maybe they were like, hey, we used all these art assets. Why not put them earnable in-game, since we can't sell them for real money on the cash shop? That's possible, but I don't want to be that cynical. I want to think, quite frankly, that this is done out of concern for the players. Now, some people will be like, oh, Nim, that's dumb. And, yeah, maybe it is a little naive, but I'd like to think that the devs that I've spoken to on Twitter seem to genuinely care about the game. And I'd like to think that those that were in charge of this were like, okay, let's have stuff accessible, because now the art team in every expansion absolutely knocks it out of the park, and seeing more of their handiwork is going to be an awesome thing. It would be cool if there was maybe, I don't know, an upgraded version where you could get more animations of things, but I understand that they have their own, let's say, aesthetic, right? These are the legendary artifact appearances. Now, hypothetically, let's say you missed out on getting it the first time, right? We have some guides here on Wowhead, of course. And one other thing I want to mention as to why this is a good change. Take a step with me into Azeroth real quick. Here we are in World of Warcraft and Oribos, and I've got the calendar up, and this is why I wanted to show why this change in-game is actually a good thing for people who may want to play. Let's look here. So, as you see, December 7th was the last time Legion Time Walking was available. So we'll go through here to January. We see that's Wrath. We go to February. We get Cataclysm. We get, there's Pandaria. We go to March. We just had Pandaria. Go to our next Time Walking, which is going to be Warlords of Draenor. Then we go to our next month in April. Down here, Time Walking, we have Legion. So the next one will be, if the Legion Time Walking event is April 12th. So, luckily, March 29th, we're going to have access to the Mage Tower. And that means you can get your appearances. But if that wasn't active, you'd have to wait another 2 weeks, which, okay, then that's not a big deal. It's another 2 weeks, whatever. We're doing raiding, we got stuff, I can worry about that once raid's over. Okay, so let's say you finish progression, let's say you finish progression in May, right? You're just doing heroic, whatever, you finish progression. Okay, well, let's see here. It looks like May's Time Walking, of course, we have Burning Crusade. Then we scroll down, we see Time Walking, we have Lich King. And we go into June. Time Walking for Cataclysm. In the beginning of July, we have Time Walking for Mists of Pandaria. And we have Time Walking for Warlords of Draenor at the end of July. And it's not until August 16th that we have the Legion Time Walking event again. So that right there, from April, so April, May, June, July, August. 5 months, roughly, that you would not be able to access that content. Now, for players like me, I'm not a transmog guy. I mean, let's look at my character here real quick, right? I look like an Oribos guard. I'm not a big transmog guy. That's not my end game. My end game is storage. But let's say you care about appearances. Let's say you care about achievement farming. Let's say you're a completionist. That's important to you, and because that content is going to be accessible now on a continual basis, is a direct improvement to the game, and that deserves praise. It was fun for my first video back creating World of Warcraft videos, for it to be a player-friendly, positive video. The Mage Tower being in is only a boon to the players. People who want to do it can do it, people who don't, whatever. So that's a good change, Blizzard. Give us more of that. Anyway, if you enjoy the video, or you like me in particular, go on and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything the channel does. If you're social media inclined, you can follow me on Twitter at Nimicry. If you want to have a longer conversation, of course you can in my Discord, there's a link down below. I've been told that I should plug this more often. I stream on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with Friday and Sunday being educational streams, and Saturday being a bit of a wild card stream. So you can find all of that enjoyment at twitch.tv/Nimicry. Finally, there is the Patreon. Patrons get access to videos a few days early, in addition to a host of a few other perks. If that's something you're into, or you'd just like to support me, by all means you can do so at patreon.com/Nimicry. Thank you to everybody who watched the video, and double thanks to anybody who becomes a patron. With that being said, I will see you all in the next video. May the mount you're farming drop on the first kill.